Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about the supernormal versus the supernatural. Now by supernatural I mean all the things you see, or most of the things you see when you watch Harry Potter. Harry Potter has the ability to shoot lightning bolts out of wands. He has the ability to fly and levitate, especially when he's on his broom, which I do enjoy watching. And I have to admit, I do wish that it was possible to jump off a building and fly on a broom just like you see in the movies, but that is not possible. That is what you would call the supernatural. If you watch Bewitched, you will see the supernatural. You will see Samantha Stevens, twitching her nose, and all of a sudden all this, crazy stuff happens. Do I wish I could do something like that? Of course. But that is fantasy. Now, what is truly real, as far as the occult goes, is pretty much the way Crowley explained it. That magic is how you focus your will and make change into this world, into the real world. And those type of things do happen. And it's only a matter of time before science really truly understands that there is true magic in the world. And I believe that magic doesn't necessarily break the laws of physics, or magic doesn't supersede what's natural. Magic is part of what's natural. Magic is earth, air, fire, and water. And when we are able to attune ourselves to the elements and to the earth, then that's how magic truly manifests in your life. So it's not anything that is super fantastical as far as the things you see when you watch Harry Potter movies. Now, the thing that's interesting about this is those of you who practice lucid dreaming, and those of you who do work during the dream state, know that there are a lot of things that are possible. If you're able to control your dreams and to actually wake up when you're asleep, that's when things get really interesting, because in that state you can fly like Harry Potter with a broomstick. In that state, you can shoot lightning bolts out of a wand. If you don't believe me, try it. It is one of the most magical things that you can do. Now, you're probably wondering to yourself, what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of doing magic in your dream state and not doing magic in your waking life? Well, I'm not saying that you don't do magic when you're awake. I do most of my magic that way. But the interesting thing is that when you start doing rituals, even when you're asleep, and you start doing magical techniques when you're lucid dreaming, you'll be surprised, because things of the other world, things that happen in the dream state, echo across time, and they come into the real world, and it does make change. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about, those of you who have practiced lucid dreaming. But it's something that you definitely have to experience yourself. So don't take my word for it. Try it yourself. There's a lot of good books out there. There's one book, I can't think of the author right offhand, but he wrote two books on lucid dreaming, as far as I know. If you go to my website, on the recommended book section, I have one of his books linked, and it's called Lucid Dreaming. I just can't think of the author right offhand. But the supernormal, these are things that we do naturally. Some people do it better than others. Some people have a heightened ability to do things that other people cannot do, and those people, I believe, practice what we would call the supernormal, not the supernatural, because all of this stuff, it correlates to nature. It correlates to things that we are inherently able to do in our real life and in the real our world. The problem that often arises is, how do you prove this? Well, you could, as of right now, a lot of the stuff you can only prove to yourself. Do experimentation. See what you are able to do. See how you're able to focus your mind on a certain goal that you want to achieve in your life, and see if you're able to achieve it through doing rituals. See if you do a ritual right before you have a test. If you do magic along those lines. I use crystals. I use a lot of crystals. When I was at Wayne State University, a lot of times before tests, I would program a crystal and I would wear it, and you would be surprised at a lot of the really awesome outcomes that I had just doing something as simple as that. And as I said before, it's only a matter of time before science really catches up to what witches are doing. And I think in some cases, a lot of the scientists are the really serious ones, the really serious scientists who truly study the occult from a non-biased standpoint. They're starting to admit that there really is something to this. All you have to do is watch that movie, What the Bleep Do We Know? And you'll see what I'm talking about. These talents, this thing that we call magic right now, will probably one day be called science, or maybe not science, but something very close to it. So, if you think that this is a bunch of hooey, if you think it doesn't work, fine. All I say is try it yourself. Try using magic in your life and see if you have any results. If you don't have any results, then for you, magic is not real. But for those of us who do practice magic and do get results, we believe that there is something to this. And as I said before, it's only a matter of time before the scientists admit to this. There are a lot of things that are, a lot of exciting things that's happening in the realm of quantum physics now. The fact that they're saying that there's different universes and different forms of reality and all this other stuff. So those are things that you definitely want to study and try yourself. If you're interested in a lot of the things and techniques that I do, I don't have enough time to put it all in this video, but go to my website, merlinravensong.com, and go to the link book selection. I have a lot of books that will help you in understanding magic. And as I said before, I don't think that it's anything that is supernatural. It is something supernormal. These are latent abilities that we all have, and all we need to do is lock in on them and make them part of our everyday life. So until next time, love is a law, and peace.